Hello guys, this is Svetlana from Comic Cosplay, and today I'm going to show you how I built my Demonic Brigitte flail. My Demonic Brigitte is a mashup design from Overwatch and Diablo and was designed by the amazing Zach Fischer. As you can see, it not only lights up, but it also creates smoke. And in addition, since it's made completely out of EVA foam and a simple PVC pipe, the materials for that are actually quite affordable. And if you want to build something cool yourself as well, you will find plenty of tutorial books on my website comiccosplay.com, and this one here, for example, is about how to build amazing props out of affordable EVA foam. And well, this is about how to install animated lights just like this here. So if you need some help with your projects, check out my books on comiccosplay.com, and thanks a lot for your support. And now let's start! As I said, the reference for this weapon was Zach Fischer's drawing of Demonic Brigitte. I already had the line art printed out and taped to my wall, so I got a pretty good idea about what size it needed to be. Next, I grabbed the PVC pipe, covered it with contact cement and began wrapping it in 5mm thick foam. Just closing the seams was a bit tricky. Following that, I started crafting all parts for the top. So this would be the bottom, this the middle, and these parts here belong to the top. With a little bit of glue here and there, I just slid over everything piece by piece. It doesn't look like much yet, but this was the base for the weapon. Next step was installing the electronics. I wrapped a LED strip around the whole middle part and pulled the wires through a hole at the top. Well, and then I drilled holes in between the strip. Here I had to cut out a bit of foam and then added even more holes. Then everything got covered with a layer of translucent LED foam. You might be a little bit confused here, but I promise it will look cool soon. So here is the flail all lit up. You'll find a link to the code I used in the video description, by the way. To make the fire effect even more convincing, I placed a self-made mini smoke machine into the PVC pipe. Once I turned it on, the smoke came out of the previously drilled holes and spread all around the flail. Pretty cool, right? So far for the base. The next logical step was to cover the electronics and add all the details. Foam clay was just perfect to create the organic look. I basically just attached little clay sausages all over the white foam. This material only needs some water to stick. My goal was to create a burning core effect, and I think it looked pretty good so far. To hide the electronics, I built a shell out of foam around them. Just some glue here and there, and I got enough space for both the microchip and the batteries. Now I finally could add these cool covers on top. Following this, I drew on the patterns for the blades. I traced them onto 10mm high density foam, cut them out and stacked 2 layers over each other. I also used a pattern to mark the area for the sharp edges. This helped me to keep everything symmetrical. Afterwards, I carved most of the material away with my box cutter and smoothed out the surface with my Dremel. I actually needed 2 of these double blades, and creating them took forever. But now I could finally glue them together. I just hope they were all symmetrical and properly positioned here. Following this, I attached them carefully to the lid of my flail and connected all parts at the end. Now I made sure everything fit. Next, it was time to add details to the blade part. Just like before, foam clay was the perfect choice for all the organic looking details. As you can see, I simply had to add a couple of more sausages. I also grabbed some foam bevels, cut them into little squares and turned them into rivets. Some foam clay here and there to make it even more spooky. And here is a little light test in between. I was really excited about the result. Now I made a horn and attached it to the top of the flail. Next, I only had to finish the end of the weapon. I had no reference for this area, so I decided to keep it simple. Last but not least, I added some magnets to the blade part as well as to the body. There are also magnets to hold the batteries. This way everything stayed properly attached and I was able to reach the electronics easily. Now then, finally, it was time to prime and paint this prop. As always, I used my favorite brush-on primer Flex Bond for this. In total, I applied around 4 layers using a white brush. With this, my foam was shiny, sealed and ready for painting. First, Benny airbrushed all translucent parts with a thin layer of yellow. Then he added a little bit of orange on top and covered everything with masking tape to protect it for the next step. Following this, he airbrushed on a good amount of sandy brown. Most of these parts would in fact need to be silver, but priming everything with this color first would give the following layer a slight brown shine. Next, he painted everything shiny and chrome. And then added some shadows with metallic black. As you can see, he also did some additional masking work on the blade part. The sharp edges got a bright silver paint. And then he also used a playing card to easily mask off and apply more shadows. Once he peeled the tape off, the sharp edges had a really nice contrast. Well, and the visible light up part was still orange and translucent. The rest of the paint job required some good old hand painting though. Benny placed a few bright highlights to all sharp edges, which made the paint job a bit more cartoonish and popping. Next, he applied dark red acrylics to all the organic looking guts. Afterwards, he used a brighter color to add more contrast. Finally, he added some slight silver scratches here and there. And I sealed both parts of the weapon with a few coats of satin spray varnish. Last but not least, I glued a simple fabric wrap around the grip, which Benny also weathered with a bit of dark paint. Well, and Brigitte's demonic flail was done. It's the first time I worked with smoke and I have to say, I absolutely love the result. Now you probably wonder how to turn it on and off, right? Well, the switches are hidden over here. To reach the electronics, I only have to open the top and pull out the smoke machine to refill it. That's pretty much it. Well, and now you're probably curious how to build such a mini smoke machine yourself. Well, luckily I already made a video tutorial and you will find it by clicking on the link here or in the video description below. So I already thought that only animated lights are awesome, but even more awesome are lights and smoke. So this one was actually my very first prop where I used both, and it probably won't be the last one. So if you want to build something similar and have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'm doing my very best to show you more progress very soon, if I manage not to play World of Warcraft or Monster Hunter all the time. And well, until then, thanks a lot for watching, hit the notification bell and like and subscribe, and check out my Patreon and leave me a comment and buy my books and give your corgi some treats and clean your butt after pooping, and see you very soon. Bye bye.